Hello and welcome to today's session. I'm Vidisha and I'm going to be conducting this session of story time. I'll now take you through the aims and objectives of today's session. We'll start with a recap of the previous sessions covering the ow, oi, ew, sounds. We'll then follow this with vowel drills in words and pronunciation practice in sentences. We'll follow this by identifying the sounds in one chapter each of poetry and prose. We'll also do some exciting word games and rhymes. So are you ready for the session? I'm sure you are. Let's start with the vowel drill and recap the previous sounds that you've done. I'm going to read out a few words to you, and you have to try and identify which vowel sound is contained in the word that I speak. Bout, bout. Now the bout contains which vowel sound? That's right, it's the ow sound. Down. Another word with the same vowel sound. Down. Remember to open your mouth and prolong this sound so that you achieve tremendous clarity in the way you speak. Down. Foul. Foul. Watch carefully how I open my mouth and do remember to repeat every word after me. Pound. That's right. Pound. Not pound or pond, but pound. Sound as opposed to sound. Sound. Town. Let's go to town. That's right. The next sound is boy. Which sound is contained in the word boy? Correct. It's the OI, which is the oi sound. Boy. Decoy. Your lips have to be rounded and you have to prolong this sound to get it clearly. Decoy. Foil. Speak loudly. Foil. That's right. Point. Point. Soil. Soil. And the last word is toil. Not toil, but toil. Okay? Now listen carefully to the word that I speak and try and spot which vowel sound is contained in this word. Beauty. She is a beauty. Which sound is contained in the word beauty? That's right, it's the ew sound. Beauty. Remember to stretch your lips while speaking the ew. Another word, dew. That's right, dew. Correct. Puke. That's right, puke. Stew. Stew. Tutor. Tutor has the ew sound. Tutor. Great, you're doing very well. Let's look at the next sound. Bear. Bear contains which vowel sound? That's right, it's the A sound, written as the A-Y-E. Bear. Dare. Speak loudly and try and prolong the word. Dare. Fair, not fear. The common mistake is to turn this sound into an ear sound and speak it as what is the fair for Ambala. Instead, it is what is the fair for Ambala. Correct. Pear. Pear. Stare, not stairs, but stare. That's right. Tear. Tear. Correct. Let's listen to another sound. Dual. Dual contains the sound. Boor. Boor, not boor, but boor. Poor. Poor. Correct. Sure. Not sure, but sure. Can you see the difference? When you swap two sounds and speak the sound incorrectly, the entire word sounds incorrect. So instead of sure, it should be sure. It's an tour, not tour as people commonly call it. It's tour. Great. Now I'll speak some more words and let's see if you can identify the correct vowel sound. The first word is choice. Choice. So which vowel sound is contained in the word choice? Correct. It's the oi sound, as in boy. Choice. Correct. You're doing very well now. Rare. Not rear, but rare. Rare contains which vowel sound? That's right, it's the A. Rare. So it's the rear view mirror and not the rear view mirror. Refuse. Which vowel sound is there in the word refuse? That's right, it's the U. Refuse. Sewer. The sewer contains the sound. Sewer. It's not sewer like people commonly mispronounce it. It's a sewer. Shout. Shout contains the ow sound. Shout. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this activity and I hope you're understanding how each sound affects the word that you speak and how each word affects the sentence that you speak. Therefore, when your sentences are clubbed together, it forms the language that you speak. So one little sound goes a long way in making or breaking the impression that you make upon other people. Let's do some more practice now. For this exercise, you need to concentrate on two of your target sounds. That is the U and the A sound. And try and spot them in each word of the sentence that I speak. Let's get started then. Dare I wear my beautiful long hair hanging loose. I'll repeat this sentence. Dare I wear my beautiful long hair hanging loose. Alright, where do you think the sound is there? Correct, let's start. Dare is the right word because it contains the A sound. The next word is where. Where also contains the A sound. The next word with any of these two target sounds is correct. It's beautiful. Beautiful contains the EU sound. And the last word in this sentence is correct. It's hair, containing the A sound. Let's look at the next sentence. There are barely 175 working days in an academic session. I'll repeat the sentence. There are barely 175 working days in an academic session Okay, let's see if you've been able to spot all the sounds. The first word with any of these two sounds is correct. It's there. There contains the A sound. There. The next word is barely, also containing the A sound. Barely. Let's do another sentence. With pollution levels rising, the view of numerous experts is that we need to take care of the very air we breathe. I'll repeat the sentence. With pollution level rising, the view of numerous experts is that we need to take care of the very air we breathe. Okay? Which is the first word you've spotted? If it's pollution, you're correct. Pollution contains the EU sound. Pollution. Not pollution, as it's commonly mispronounced, but pollution. And the next word is view. View also contains the EU sound. View. And which is the next word? It's numerous. Numerous contains the EU sound. Numerous. Correct. The next word is care. Now notice carefully. It is not care as it is commonly mispronounced, but care. That's right. So make sure you pronounce it correctly and get your sound just right. Care. The last word in this sentence is air. Again, pay attention to never calling it ear. The ear is this ear. And what we breathe is air, containing the A sound. Air. The next sentence. Where is the tear I had spotted on the new dress? I'm furious with the shopkeeper. Where is the tear I had spotted on the new dress? I'm furious with the shopkeeper. Okay? The first word is where, and where contains the A sound. This is another word which is commonly mispronounced. So don't call it where. It is where. When you're asking a question using the word W-H-E-R-E, the sound is of air. Where. So is the case with the next word. Yes, it's tear. Not tear, but tear. When something is ripped, it is called tear. And the last sound which you had to identify in this sentence was furious, containing the ew sound. Furious. Remember to stretch it and not call it furious, but furious. And the next sentence is, I do my due share of the household chores. I do my due share of the household chores. Due contains the ew sound and share contains the a sound. Again, be careful about the word share. It is not share. S-H-A-R-E is share. You share something with another person. You don't share something. Share is a different word. S-H-A-R-E is share. Now the next sentence is, it's fair to say that you won't score good marks by mere mugging. You'll fare better if you're regular in class. I'll repeat the sentence. It's fair to say that you won't score good marks by mere mugging. You'll fare better if you're regular in class. Okay, so which is the first word you've spotted in this sentence? Brilliant! It's the word fair. Yes, fair contains the air sound. You're right, it's not fear. Fear means to be scared of something. That's F-E-A-R. This F-A-I-R is fair. And the last word is fair. Again containing the air sound. How has this practice been for you? Is it an eye-opener to the way that you speak or people around you might be speaking? And does everything make sense now as to how your sounds affect the words that you speak and your words affect the entire language that you put across? Great! So now let's move forward to the next two sounds which we are targeting. The first sound is the ow sound and the next sound is the oi sound. So once again, I'm going to read out sentences and you have to spot these two sounds. Let's get started. Out of 1,000 rowdy boys, 800 were bad at maths. However, only 400 were bad at English. I'll repeat the sentence. Out of 1,000 rowdy boys, 800 were bad at maths. However, only 400 were bad at English. Which words do you think contain the sounds ow and oi? Let's see if you got them right. The first word in this sentence is out. Out contains the ow sound. And so does the next word, thousand. Thousand. Not thousand, but thousand. See the difference in the way my mouth moves. Thousand, thousand. The next word is rowdy. Rowdy also contains the ow sound. Let's look at another sentence. How easy it is to boil an egg. I'll repeat the sentence. How easy it is to boil an egg. Okay. In this sentence, the first word with the vowel sound we are targeting is how. How contains the ow sound. And the next word is boil. Boil contains the oi sound. So how was this exercise for you? You enjoyed it a lot, I'm sure. Let's move on now. Let's start with this exercise now. Poor tourists, lured by a discount, have to bear the stink of open sewers. I'll repeat the sentence. Poor tourists, lured by a discount, have to bear the stink of open sewers. Okay. The first word, of course, is poor, containing the sound. The next one is tourists, again containing the sound. It's a very slight sound if you notice. It's not exactly tourists, but it's tourists. And the last word is sewers. Sewers also contains ew sound. I'll read another sentence to you now. We should not be cruel to stray animals. Listen carefully again. We should not be cruel to stray animals. Now this sentence contains only one word, and I'm sure you've been able to spot it correctly. It's the word cruel. Cruel is the correct way to pronounce this word with the sound, and not cruel, cruel, or any other way that you've heard. It's just cruel. Get your right and you'll get the word right. So speak after me. Cruel. Correct. It's cruel. That's right. Let's now play a game. What we're going to play now is a word game. There are some things given in your workbook regarding this. There will be spaces given to form meaningful words. What you have to do is fill in the given spaces to form meaningful words. All words contain the sounds which are covered by the chapter. You'll also get many hints. You'll get to know which field this word is from, and you'll get a hint for this word. For example, to start with the first one, it's all about cricket. And the first one is another word for field. which is another word for field in cricket? Correct, it's ground. The field on which cricket is played is called the ground. So I've helped you with the first one. Now you get going with the second one. A wrong action by a player is called, and it begins with an F. It's got 4 letters. Can you guess it? That's right. It's a foul. Now let's look at a fielding position which begins with a P. You can count the number of blanks and try and guess the word. Correct. It's point. And what is the team leader in cricket called? The word begins with a C. I'm sure you all know this. It's the captain. Great, you're doing very well. Now the next field about which we are going to be talking is the wildlife. The hints are given on the left and the words in the blanks have to come on the right. Now the first one in wildlife is a nocturnal bird beginning with an O, and it's a word made of 3 letters. That's right, it's an owl. The next word is rabbit's kin. It's a kin of the rabbit. Begins with an H. That's correct, it's hare. And which vowel sound is contained in the word hare? That's right, it's the A sound. Another animal which is omnivore. That's right, it's the bear. And which sound is contained in the word bear? Yes, it's the A sound. What is a large, fierce wildcat called? The word begins with a J. Yes, so what is the answer? What is a large, fierce wildcat called? That's right, beginning with a J, it's called a jaguar. And a jaguar has which vowel sound which we are targeting today? It's the jaguar. Correct. So you've really enjoyed this exercise, I hope as much as I have. Okay, like I said in the beginning of the session, we're going to be doing certain identification of sounds in poetry or prose today. So let's do it in prose. This is an extract from Are You God by Dan Clark. I'm going to read out a very sweet incident to you written by the author. And you have to listen carefully to every sentence. It's also given in your workbooks. So what you have to do besides listening to the story is that you have to underline and identify the target sounds which we have talked about in today's session. In any of the words, if you can spot the target sounds, please note them down. Okay, let's get going with the story now. One cold evening, during the holiday season, a little boy of about 6 or 7 was standing out in front of a huge store window. The little child had no shoes, and his clothes were mere rags. A young woman passing by saw the little boy and could read the longing in his pale blue eyes. She took the child by hand and led him into the store. There she bought him some new shoes and a complete suit of warm clothing. They came back outside into the street, and the woman said to the child, Now you can go home and have a very happy holiday. The little boy looked up at her and asked, "Are you God, ma'am?" She smiled down at him and replied, "No, son, I'm just one of his children." The little boy then said, "I knew you had to be some relation." Isn't that a very sweet little story about how innocent the minds of little children are? Now let's go through the story again and try and identify which words contain our target sounds for today. One cold evening, during the holiday season, a little boy. Boy contains the oi sound. Of about, that's right, the word about contains the ow sound. 6 or 7 was standing out. Out also contains the ow sound. So he was standing out in front of a huge store window. Yes, the word huge contains the ew sound. The little child had no shoes and his clothes were mere rags. Correct, the word mere contains the a sound. Mere rags. बिल्कुल फटे हुए कपड़े थे उस बच्चे के. A young woman passing by saw the little boy. Once again, the word boy will contain the oi sound and could read the longing in his pale blue eyes. She took the child by the hand and led him into the store. There she bought him. Wait a minute, the word there contains the sound eh. There. Correct. So she bought him some new shoes. Yes, the word new contains the ew sound. And a complete suit of warm clothing. They came back outside. Correct, the word outside contains the ow sound. Into the street, and the woman said to the child, "Now." Yes, the word now contains the ow sound. "Now you can go home and have a very happy holiday." The little boy, correct, the word boy again occurs and it has the sound of oi. He looked up at her and asked, "Are you God, ma'am?" She smiled down at him. Down contains the ow sound. So she smiled down at him and replied, "No, son, I'm just one of his children." The little boy then said, so yes, boy again contains the oi, and he said, "I knew you had to be some relation." The word knew contains the ew sound. Wasn't this fun? Reading a lovely story like this and at the same time being able to identify our target sounds and speak them correctly. This is how you must practice outside this classroom also. You must make your learning a lot of fun and try and follow these kind of examples. So this is how you can make a difference to your vowel sounds. Practice them in words, apply them to sentences, play some games regarding them. Sit down with your younger brothers or sisters or cousins and play some games with them. Or perhaps listen to a story. Read a story loudly and then identify the words which contain the vowel sounds that you wish to work upon. Once you get your sentences right, you'll get tremendous feeling of happiness of getting it just right. And slowly, this will also start happening in your spontaneous speech, which you speak without reading, that is, which comes from your mind. So happy learning and have lots of fun. Goodbye for today.